What is up, guys? Today I'm doing something totally different on my channel. I'm gonna be doing a girl talk video. I do want to mention that this is a collaboration with this brand called Notpod, and I'll get into it more in this video, but the package literally just came today and I've been waiting so long for it because when I placed my order it was out of stock, so I had to wait literally 2 weeks for this. I was actually requested to do this, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. And I've been wanting to do one for the longest time, but I was just like, I don't know how people on my channel are gonna feel about it, but it seems like a lot of people seem to like whenever I speak up about things. And yeah, yesterday I posted my opening up about life video, and if you haven't seen that, check it out. Like it, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. You have some notes on here, so if you see me looking down on this, it's because I have a lot, like literally a lot. So first question was, do you think guys dress specifically for, do you think girls dress specifically for guys? And I said yes and no. There's people out there that like to dress for their guy friends, for their boyfriends, and I don't really see any big problem with it, honestly. I used to do that a lot and I don't really see a problem with it, but then there's also people like me that don't really care what they're wearing as long as they're comfortable. I don't really see a problem with it. Another one was, what do you think about people showing excessive skin? I'm not gonna lie, when I was younger I was like, ew, that's so gross, showing so much skin and you need to cover up. And I didn't say it to their face, but I was like in my head thinking that, because I don't even know, but I just felt like you had to cover up all your goodies, you know what I mean? But yeah, but honestly right now I don't really care. I feel like I show a lot of skin in my videos and just in general because sis is hot, but people who tell them to cover up is pretty annoying, because you should feel you should be able to dress however you feel. Like there was a show called She's Gotta Have It, it's on Netflix, and the main character was like saying like, if this guy doesn't like what I'm wearing, then F him, because he isn't worth it, which is true, because honestly like no one needs to tell you how to feel or dress, because it's not right. I had a question saying, why don't I wear makeup? I don't wear makeup because I don't feel like I'm gonna look good in it, first of all. I'm more into the natural look, to be honest with you. I'm feeling fancy. I wear mascara and I use this $2 mascara from Wet n Wild. It's really not that big of a deal, but yeah. The next question was, how often do you think makeup should be worn? To be honest, if it was me, I would only wear it if it was like a special occasion or for videos, because honestly I've seen people do makeup videos and they're going to bed and I'm just like, that's what I was talking about in this video, like it's like a waste of products and you're just gonna wash it off. I get it, you want content, but like doing it at the end of the day when you're about to go to bed is kind of like dumb. But I don't really know, people wear it all the time, I don't really care for it. I mean, you do you. I don't really know what to say about that. The question is, do you think natural remedies are the best for hygiene ways? And to be honest, I was pretty like indecisive about this when I was typing it out, because I was like, first I'm not sure, but then I was like, no, it's the best idea. It was weird. So I wrote, for me, I honestly am still experimenting with things. Like I've tried a lot of natural things, like a lot of cruelty-free vegetarian ingredient things, and especially with deodorants like Tom's. Like the first deodorant that I used was Tom's, and that thing made me smell like a skunk, like real fast. Didn't like how it was making me smell. But then like later on I was doing my research, and aluminum and anti-respirant, whatever, it blocks your sweat glands or whatever, and it prevents you from sweating. So it's like essentially harming your body, and that's why I switched to aluminum free deodorants, because it lets you sweat out still and get rid of all that toxins, because that's the real reason why you sweat, to get rid of toxins, right? So yeah, personally I think it's a good idea, because you're not putting harmful toxins in your body or on your body, and I don't really see any problem with it. It's just, it's hard because a lot of them are so expensive for no reason. This next question is, I was a little bit nervous about answering this, but it was, how do you know when you're in a toxic relationship? There's a lot of signs right off the bat when you notice it. People can probably point it out, like your friends probably can point it out before you can, but for me, from my experience, I kind of knew early on, but I was still like ignoring the signs because I was like, yeah, he's gonna change, he's gonna be like respecting me one day and stuff like that. And I honestly didn't know how a guy was supposed to treat me, so I was just like, yeah, he's gonna change, you know what I mean? But he had a lot of issues just with his life. I didn't really know much about him, and I was dating him for 6 months, and that's not really good because it's basically just dating a stranger if you're thinking about it. But the first signs that I noticed was he wasn't like supportive about anything. It was a one-sided relationship, and I was always the person that was giving it my all, and he wasn't giving anything in return. And he just wanted what he wanted from me, and he was very self-absorbed. He was hostile whenever people disagree with him. He also tried to control what I dressed, like how I wore, like whatever I dressed like, he didn't like it. Like when I was showing a lot more skin, he didn't like it. So I didn't listen to him, and I still wore what I want because honestly I was just like, he isn't even my priority at this point, and it's my clothes. So I was like, I don't even care. But I do have a video up on the whole story time. It's in my story time playlist, and I'll probably link it somewhere in this video. He also disrespected me a lot, and he also it was very bad for my mental health and just for overall my insecurities because it made me feel like I was not worthy. So I was just like, you know, this is very degrading to me because he was just like, you know, I'm just gonna get whatever I want from you, and that's it. You can't get anything from me. And he just felt like he was like the queen bee or something. It was really annoying. So yeah, after we broke up, he acted like I wasn't existent at school. He actually pretended that I wasn't even like there. He would glance at me for like 2 seconds, and then he would look away when he noticed that I would look at him. And then but on text, he was always texting me. It was weird because even after we broke up, he wanted to act like we were still together, but we weren't, because he didn't want to be in drama, even though I was always with drama with him. So the next question is tampons or pads? I've always been a pads person, to be honest. I'm afraid of tampons, in my opinion. My mom always told me to use tampons when I lose my virginity, so I haven't made that commitment yet because I haven't lost it. So I've always used pads ever since I was younger, but the ones that I was using when I was starting out were very thick, had a lot of harmful chemicals in, had all these really unnecessary perfume stuff to make your hoo-ha smell good, but it just was not good because you're not supposed to have perfume stuff down there in general. But I started switching to organic stuff like a lot later on. Stay fresh on your period. Okay, so this could be kind of hard because you most likely when you start your period you kind of smell fishy down there. So what I do is I've been using this vaginal solution from this brand called You're Blissful. I've actually talked about them in a video before because they sent me a small little sample of their vaginal solutions because I was telling the person that was making the product like I was having all these issues and I just want to get rid of that. And also it's kind of like multi-purpose because you can use it for yeast infections. People use it to get intimate, and it's still like if they're dry down there and they're trying to get intimate, it helps with that too because it's moisturizing. But yeah, so using breathable underwear, so making sure you change your pads or tampons every few hours because that helps too, and cleaning your down there with water. I know this has nothing to do with cramps, but I did start taking CBD for my cramps. I've been waiting for this for so long, but let me talk about CBD for, oh my god, they look so pretty in person. Okay, so they also come with this cute bag with every purchase. Comes with cute little stickers. They're actually vegan. It smells really good. This is what it looks like on the inside. It's nothing too crazy. They're just white and they're polar bears. So I think you only take one. It tastes just like candy. I really like it, and you only have to take one. CBD helps with like a lot of things, even menstrual cramps and just anything with soreness and even migraines. And I've talked about CBD before. Actually, I found Not Pot from Emmalie, and I was watching her sustainable haul, and I was like, oh my god, I need to try them. So I reached out to them, and they were like, okay, you can email us at this and we'll see if you're a great fit for us. So I did that, and then like a couple days later I get an email and they're like, you're a perfect fit for us. And I'm starting to notice that a lot of people are starting to figure out, find them out on platforms and following them. So they're almost at like 40K, and people on YouTube have been reviewing their stuff and have been sponsored by them. And these people have like literally 200,000, 92,000, and I'm the smallest YouTuber to be trying these out, and I was very thankful to be working with them. Make sure you check their shop out because they're pretty awesome, and I'm so glad I got to be part of this. Next is thoughts on high school relationships. Okay, well, something that I should have realized back in the day is that they don't last very long. They don't last, like, unless you're like one of those people that actually have like a long-lasting relationship, because on TV they romanticize like literally everything, so you like tend to believe it because you see it so many times, but it's not always like that. Next one is my thoughts on the educational system. When I've noticed, I watched this unpopular opinions video like a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and the person was like, how come the school system doesn't ever teach you about real life things? And everyone always says that, like, all the time. I mean, I guess it makes sense because you're going to school 8 hours a day, and it wouldn't hurt to have like a adult development class. I don't know. And I commented and I was like, the reason why they don't teach us that stuff is because our parents are supposed to teach us that stuff. Taxes, how to pay your bills, how to change a tire, how to manage a house. People expect the teachers to do it for you, and I guess I can see it on both standpoints. I remember in school, like, somebody asked like the math teacher, how come you don't teach us anything for real life? And she just didn't answer. She just like, this is just part of the curriculum and you have to learn this. But it became a huge argument because a lot of the stuff that we were learning were not beneficial at all. But yeah, it's really your parents' job, or parent or guardian, whoever raises you, to teach you about that stuff. The teachers are not the ones raising us. It's our guardians, parents, all that. So that's why they don't really teach us, I believe. I think the educational system is pretty trash in my opinion, because there's always like pressure to pass everything, which is understandable because you want to graduate, you know, but there's so much pressure on passing and never really learning because everything is so fast paced. I remember, I don't know, and towards the last year of high school I started realizing that the math teacher that I had was like rushing a lot, because she was like, oh, we're behind, we need to hurry up and finish this section of the book up my camera was dying. Learning disability, it was kind of hard to constantly be in a fast pace because I'm used to learning at a more slower pace, but with my school it was always, you have to pass, we have to go through this fast. It's like the end of the year, we have to go through this really fast. And I wish they spent more time on the subject, and even though they would spend too much time on the subject, they would get mad because we were taking too long to learn it. And it was really annoying because wouldn't you want your students to learn? I had notes, like really good notes, but I feel like sometimes it wasn't really helping because it wasn't really showing step by step how it should go. It was just words and some drawings, but I don't feel like it was really helping. Else that I did not like, I was in English, well, everyone in English had to read a lot of older books. I was forced to read things that my great grandmother, in big words, big letters, read. My great grandma was in her mid or late 80s, and she told us that she had to read To Kill a Mockingbird. I find it stupid how we are forced to read something that is so outdated. Things good and bad has happened historically, and I wish they'd focus on that instead of always going backwards. Also, since I was the only black girl in class, there was always some type of uncomfortableness. I don't know if uncomfortableness is like even a word, but it didn't underline it, so I feel like they should take into consideration on people of color, on how they feel about it, because they're always making us uncomfortable because it was constantly degrading and it was just really annoying to deal with. I feel like they should show more compassion about that stuff, and it's better just to learn about your own culture instead of just depending on the school system. There was one time where my significant other was learning about his culture, and they were learning about Armenia in his school, and I was like, oh, that's so cool that you're learning about that. I never learned about my culture in school, and if I did, it was always, you guys were slaves, you guys were basically nothing. That's what I heard when they were saying all that stuff. Like, I remember in senior year I had to see pictures of, I don't like saying that word, but people that were whipped, and they were showing the markings. Learning about reading against the grain, and I think it was like you're either for or against the whatever we read, like the article, and one was like something about race, and I was dozing off, and the teacher was like, Kimana, are you uncomfortable? Like, you're giving me the evil eyes, like you want to kill me or something. And then my friend at the time was like, no, she's just dozing off, she's not mad. And I'm just like, how are you gonna like tell me how I feel? Yes, I was dozing off because I was getting uncomfortable, but I could have said that myself. The next thing is my thoughts on beauty standards. Okay, I feel like this part was a little jumbled around because I was mostly talking about social media, because everything we do kind of revolves around social media. So I was like, I feel like it's always changing. One minute it's thin eyebrows and the next minute it's a big butt. It's always changing, and the fact that we have social media and there's people as young as me that get triggered by seeing people that look better than them doesn't help their self-esteem. I feel like you need to be more secure with yourself, take breaks from social media, which really does help, because I used to do that like a long time ago. Your worth, and unfollow people that you think are not bettering your life and any type of way. And yeah, because I was unfollowing people left and right these couple of months because I feel like it's very therapeutic. I've known them for like years, or they post too much and I get annoyed, so I unfollow them. I don't know, I haven't unfollowed like a lot of people, but I unfollow people that don't really like, I don't really like pay attention to or care for knowing about their life. So yeah, back in like 2016 or 2015, I used to follow like a lot of people that looked better than me, and one of them was like Lala, the island girl. I remember her name because I was following her, and every time I looked at her I was like so like jealous because she had like nice hair, nice body, nice lips, nice everything. And I was like, so then I just eventually just started like unfollowing people that were, because I used to follow people that were like prettier, and it was a lot of people I used to follow do that. And so I just was like, one day I was like, I'm so tired of feeling like crap all the time and getting jealous, so I just unfollow them, and it does help. So yeah, there's no really real reason to do that to yourself because it's like really degrading, because you just start picking at things you don't like about yourself. Like today and yesterday I was like, in my head I was like, dang, I actually been liking the way my stomach's been looking because it looks flatter, because I've been pooping a lot so I don't look so bloated. And I think the reason why I look so big in pictures and stuff is because I'm so bloated from being impacted. So I'm like, you know, I kept looking at myself and I was like getting dressed and I was like, okay, I see you. Is my thoughts on learning on how to be an adult. The thing is, I don't really have anything to say about this because learning, I'm only like almost 19. The thing is, okay, I got a request to do this, but I was like, this person was like, just talk about stereotypes and misconceptions about long distance relationships. I don't really know much about the misconceptions about long distance relationships, so I literally looked it up. One of them was, if you're in a long distance relationship, you're most likely to get cheated on. That is like the big one that I keep hearing about, which is really kind of annoying because literally you have to be like really trusting the person to, I don't know how to explain this, but people think that you can like go around and cheat on them because you're online and they'll never find out, but eventually they'll find out, even if it was in real life. And even when it's online, it's still childish. But if you're cheating on the person, clearly you want something, clearly you're wanting something you can't have in that relationship. So why string the person along and get hurt in the process if you don't even know, like you already know what you want? That's why you cheated. So I don't even know why there's a point in even like stringing the person along. Just break it off if you feel that way. One was long distance relationships help you become more independent. I feel like lately I've been trying to be more independent because lately I've been so Alec has been in the process of moving for a while now, and he's been kind of like not really talking to me that much. This is the end of the video. If you enjoyed, please give it a like, comment your thoughts on this video, subscribe if you haven't. Also check out Knot Pot. Where's the stuff at? Just try it out because it comes with all these cute things. These two cute things. I've been really more excited about the gummies and the bag, I'm not gonna lie here, but I don't even know what I'm gonna put in it. You can literally use this to travel with if you would like to. But I'm really glad that Emmalie told me, well, not told me, but showed us this brand, because I would have never known about this brand without watching her sustainable haul video. So yeah, subscribe if you haven't. Follow me on my Instagrams, kymanachristineyt and Faded Polaroids. They're always linked down below. Check out my other videos because they're great, and turn on the bell so you get notified whenever I post. This is probably going to be a very long video, I just already can tell, but I feel like I've tried touching on subjects. See you in my next video. Peace out, skillets.